Morning, everyone. It's Thursday, the 3rd of October, 2019, 7:06 a.m. I'm going to work. Yesterday, I was researching a few things regarding the time control device, and I was looking. I just typed what I was looking for, literally, and then I landed on a New Edge website where they make a radioing machine. And the guy is actually using a Raspberry Pi controller to record the person in pulse as he put a ring around the person's head. And that ring, what it does, it records the brainwave. And those brainwave, he gave them form with information. So that's pretty interesting. So I'm gonna look into this as a viable time controller or something. See what kind of programming that he uses and how his machine is made. Because now this is the last key. The last things I need is the time controller. And I have multiple ideas in regard to that thing. And it's a challenge to think about how you're going to assemble and combine everything. Do you use your hand? Do you use your head only? Because the HDR, you're using the stick reaction with the dial to program the machine, and then you're using the magnet to endow yourself with your chakra energy with where you want to go. That's what it's supposed to do. And the thing is, how can you program a machine when there's nothing to be recorded? It's just a bunch of dials, and you put you do put the crystal in the witness well. I would say that the role of the crystal would be to record what you want to do as the crystal as quartz crystal. Many quartz crystal have existed for many thousands of years, and they're able to keep a certain pulse and precision on a frequency when you're putting them in a watch. So the reason why you put that in an HDR is more like a time lock. It's a place. It's the crystal. It's the part of the machine that keep you in this timeline, not another dimension. But that's not really true per se, because one witness I had when he used HDR ended up in another dimension. This morning is very cold. It's 4 degrees Celsius this morning. At least it's not raining. Bright sunny day. And yet again today I have I'm going to diverge from that topic. Today I have a long ass day. I'm going to start my first customer with 17 chairs to fix, which should take me about an hour and a half to 2 hours. That's going to consume my time. If I'm lucky enough to be there at 8:30-ish, I'll be lucky, because I have a lot of job to do today and a lot tomorrow as well. So that's going to be fun. My weeks are going to get busy and busy non-stop. What's fun about this is that the hours that I accumulate, they're accumulating towards my Christmas holiday, and I need 80 hours for an entire 2 weeks during the holidays. And if I accumulate 6 to 5 hours a week, if I accumulate 5 to 6 hours a week, and there's 2 hours, 6, 8. I should accumulate just barely 40 hours during the holidays. Plus I have my vacation time accumulating, so that won't be so bad. So far I've accumulated 6.5 hours, I think. And this week I'm going to burst again with 6 to 12. No, I should have plenty. If it's 6 hours a week, multiplied by 8 weeks, that's going to be like 72 hours during the holidays. And that's going to be good. I'm going to have 2 weeks off during the holidays. 2 full weeks. That's going to be nice. It's really demanding, but it's really worth it. And the snow can take its sweet time to come. I don't care about snow. I don't do snowmobiles and I don't ski. I don't go trekking in the snow, so I don't really care about snow. So I live in a city environment, and I do like my concrete and my asphalt. I like when it's dry and I have to put my winter tire early. The last 2 years, last year I was fortunate enough that the day I put my winter tires, it was one of the warmest day of November. At the end of November, it was 10 degrees Celsius outside and it was very warm. So I put the winter tires on both cars, and the year before I did it in the storm. It was snowing outside. It was like blowing snow and it's snowing. First snow of the year, and I put the winter tires on both cars. It was so epic. Cool cloud formation. So anyway, back to topic. We have to figure out a way to make a time controller. You know, in my daily life, my specialty is solution specialist. That means that when you're working in R&D and you're creating new things every week, a guy like me is useful because whenever you're having a problem about something, I'm the one that's going to imagine the solution. And that's exactly what I was doing where I used to work. But my usefulness came at the very end. And they didn't see it fit to use me as much as I could. The last few months that I was there, I was mainly in communication with the owner, the vice president of the company, and I was mainly in communication with him in regard to spying, because they were trying to cut costs in the company and seeing why there were so many people in the head office and less people doing things. So that's what they were pissed about. So, and just now I just thought of something, and I think I'm gonna have to write that down when I stop the car. You know, when you're programming a radio today, back in the day when everything was analog and solid state, you didn't have much preset on your radio. It was turn the dial to the station you want and that's it. And when there was a preset where you push on the preset and it push back the radio in one direction, the dial in one direction or the others, that was not much precision. But today, that little ferrite antenna where you have the selectors that goes like this, it's done digitally. So you're tuning the station, and that little arms goes digitally to where it needs to go. And what I think is, you have that ferrite, which is an antenna. So I think that if I was to use, I'm gonna try first just like basic, because like I say, frequency, gravity, and energy. And the gravity generator is their energy, and the frequency and the gravity, they're both combined. So I have to figure out the antenna parts, which is the frequency, the magnetic field, the gravity field, and then the time field. That's why we call it the fourth dimension, time, because there's 4 factors. So it's a lot of figuring out, which I'm gonna have to do very slowly, because do keep in mind that I'm working more than 40 hours a week. I'm working 45 plus hours a week, and I start very early and I finish sometimes I finish at I start at 7:30 a.m. sometimes at 6:30 a.m. and I finish at 5, 6, 7 or 8 p.m. So do keep in mind that when I finish my week, I'm very tired. And like I told one of my angel investor who really wants to help me, I would have to do that full time, and I would need at least 2 employees with me to do that full time. And it's not something that somebody can get the money out of thin air and do things like this. You need a plan, not a business plan, because it's not a business we're doing, but you need a plan. And having a plan when you're doing something means dedication, and dedication means you need time to put into it. And time to put into it, for me, it's more 1 day a week and working on theory and papers and taking down notes and everything. So far, everything's up here. So if I die, everything just disappears. I have to start putting things down on paper, which I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do that on the forum on paranormalist.com. I think I'm gonna lay down the information there. I'm gonna write down every part of my theories and everything, so it's recorded, and post everything I imagine over there, so that we can end up theorizing on what we need to do, and at the very end, when we're done theorizing about what we need to do, then we can start spending some money and buying the parts and start making projects. So far, I'm confident that in the little space I have in my basement, I can do all the assembly I need to do. And but I'm relying on other people to get me the rare parts that I need. During the day, I don't have time to search the web or buy stuff on the internet. And when I come back at night, I just want to unwind and relax, not think about anything, as my day has been really hard. Just an example, yesterday I spent an hour and 15 minutes just making phone calls to my customers that I was gonna go to their office to fix their chair. And about 4/5 of them answered or called back. So it's pretty it's office work, you know. It's on the field, on the road work and the office work that I have to do, and it's really demanding. So of course, it's the eternal if I was to win the lottery, because I participate every day, I would definitely quit that right away and start doing my project. I would try to find a little garage space where I could do my work and start planning on that project. And I think that if money was no object, it would definitely be the time portal. Definitely the time portal. One issue, like I told many times over, is like one issue with making a time machine is that your machine either can be taken away from you, stolen from you, or copied. And sometimes it can be copied in the wrong way, and it can just turn the machine into an horrible machine. It can make things worse. A lot of people are wondering, like, why do you want to make a time machine so bad? For me, like many others, I think I would tell my family I love them and kiss them goodbye, and I would freaking leave for the future. I would do exactly like Nikola Tesla did, and I would try to find a place where it's nice to live, and the medicine technology is good, and I would get myself in better shape and try to live for as long as I can and have family and kids in the future compared to now. Here and now, it's like an horrible time. Seriously, I think this is the worst time of the entire human race. Well, I wouldn't compare this to the Great Depression, but that was then. This is now. Back in the Great Depression, nothing was set in stone. Nothing was developed. They was just coming out of the the Far West era. So that's why it was very different. It was very hard. That's what they call it, the Great Depression, because the economic system was just starting to develop and things were just starting to evolve compared to now. All right, I'll post some things on paranormalist.com tonight. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day, everyone.